zoom in and more focused perspective, last summer we had, or I guess just earlier this year, we had over 550 interns. That's nationwide. So this does encompass not just marketing relations by any means, but we have a lot of engineering, scientists, and construction majors as well that we hired here, being that is the majority of Burns and Mac. But I'm going to dive more into that graphic on the right to kind of share more as to how our marketing group is plugged in and how we as corporate services get to really support all of our groups here at Burns and Mac. But again, more on the numbers. We had our interns at over 60 locations. So that's offices and maybe even some field locations as well for those construction individuals. And then we've recruited from over 175 schools this past summer. So these numbers have really grown year over year. It's pretty astonishing, I'd say, from even when I started 7 years ago, like those numbers have grown so much. And with the growth of all of our groups kind of in that grid over there, you may not be able to read those, but it's anything from like aviation and federal type of work to oil and gas and energy that our engineers and scientists are working on. But within that, we call ourselves core. So that includes marketing, HR, IT, accounting, all those types of groups that are business professionals that help all of our little practices run as smoothly as possible. And so with that being said, we get to partner with our individual, or not our individual, but our internal clients, which are other employees, which I think helps really build a cool bridge between the relationship of corporate services to our industries that are facing externally. So hopefully that gives a little bit of insight as to like who we are, what we do. But to zoom into corporate services interns more specifically, so we call ourselves CORE for short. We have had 17 core interns over the past summer. So that does include all those departments listed up top. So our marketing team definitely had some success with our interns this past summer. We actually do have a William Jewell student here, Michelle DiStefano, I believe. Actually, she is in our communications group. But just to show you, like, it's really helping us spread our, I think, local footprint of different colleges that we can recruit from that aren't just engineering and construction and scientists, you know? So we need individuals as well, interns within our corporate services departments, and ways that we got them involved to get to know each other as well as the other groups that are, yes, more inclusive of our engineers and stuff. We had different events too to show like ways that you can experience the culture here at Burns and Mac. It's not just desk work. However, you are doing actual projects that our full teams are doing if you're a full-time employee here, which is really cool. But in addition to that, you know, we did, like I said, have events that share a little bit more of the culture, what it could be like as a full-time employee. So there's anything from volunteering events to actual like just networking and fun events. This one right here is an ice cream social. So it's really cool to see the different ways that we really try and involve you, because I'd say that our interns or even our new grad hires aren't looked at as someone who's just a pawn by any means. You are part of the team, and you really do get to add a lot of value here at Burns and Mac, especially with like your bright new ideas that can shape what we already have going on here. So hopefully this gives you a little bit of insight to our intern program, also just Burns and Mac as a whole. Very high level, but let's turn it over to our managers to talk more about their individual business lines within marketing, so that way you can kind of learn a little bit more as to what we do here. So we'll kick it off to Christy first. She's online. And Christy, just let me know when to proceed on slides, and we'll go from there, okay?
Okay, you can go to the next slide. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
I'm Christy Woodmore. The group that I lead involves the marketing and PR business partners, and I get to work closely with our content team as well. Brooke will tell you a little bit about that, but I know everybody has different paths that have led us to this point, and there is no right or wrong path. It really provides great perspective. I went to MU and UMKC as well. I interned at Fox 4. I was a mass communications major, and so I spent the first half of my career in television news as a reporter and an anchor. So started out in Joplin, Missouri, not far from here. Worked at a couple stations there, mostly at KSN News. and had a quick stint at about a year at a smaller station in Lawrence, Kansas, with a cable station there, Sunflower Cablevision, and then made the switch to Fox 4, where I spent the majority of my television career. I was there for almost 10 years, and that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed all that you can do with just storytelling. You'll see kind of a common thread through a lot of ours with storytelling, and then I was kind of ready for a new challenge. And so I made the switch to public relations, and my first job in public relations was with Weight Watchers, so it's a kind of a health and wellness and weight loss company. I did this from Kansas City for half of the time and covered public relations for the central region of the U.S., really consumer facing and looking for ways who were looking to get to a healthier weight. And we were on a lot of television shows and did a lot of media outreaches to get a lot of publicity for that. And then spent a few years at where we were headquartered in New York City. So able to get a lot of experience there working with awesome agencies where I learned tons about the business. That was sort of in the era of celebrity spokespeople. So we're able to work with everybody from Jennifer Hudson to Jessica Simpson to Charles Barkley. So a lot of cool things we could do there. And then decided I loved Kansas City, probably like all of you guys, and wanted to look to come home. And there was an opportunity to lead PR at Burns & McDonnell. So I knew about Burns & Mac because I grew up here. But I didn't know exactly all that it included. And so I started here 8 years ago, really focused on just learning the business and looking for ways to promote our brand. And now have kind of like branched out and have done some marketing in terms of that too. So a little too about my family. My husband and I have been married 22 years. We both met when we were in news. And then I have two awesome step kiddos that are in beautiful Colorado. One is in Denver and one is in Vail. Okay, if you go to the next slide. So I know we're going to get into this a little deeper, so I thought I'd just sort of use this as a way to explain what we do.